What's up, y'all? So going to do things a little bit different on this video. This is the footage from the Grandfather Mountain Highland Games. I kind of want to jump in, throw my face in there, and kind of talk about a little bit of what's going on during each event or a couple events in between the voiceovers on what was going on. Now, what's funny is the scores are still not posted for the pro class, and I don't quite remember everything I threw, so I'm going to have to guess on it. I don't remember placings. It was a fun group, as always, with the guys from around the southeast. So Nick Aston came over, and he won. I believe he took the win. But Nick came over back to Alma Materville up near Boone. We both were at App State. Nick did his grad school up there as well as I did, and I did my undergrad. But it's always fun to get back to this games. Did it as actually didn't do it as a day trip, but was able to go up and visit some friends the night before, eat some Coyote Kitchen, pick up some App Cookie Co. It's like you got to do both of those if you're going to be by Boone. But let's jump into it. Let's think about how these things go and talk about, recap it, whatnot. Let's roll into it. So I knew, and I only have two videos of the stone because somebody stayed in front of one or I forgot one, but here is the good old shuffle with this big 20-pound ball, and I fouled my very first one, of course. I can't spin with this thing because it's so wide. I can't tuck it that well. That's why I went with the shuffle. And then we get into the heavyweight. And, man, I fouled one. I can't remember. I think this is another one I only have two videos of. They fouled me on one on the sideline, I think. And this is one I think I went in the 35s, maybe 36. But I think it was 35s, and I wanted that one back. It stuck in there a little bit. Oh, no, here's all three videos. And there was one of them, something ended up as a foul. I can't remember. Can't remember exactly the distance. That was the one that fouled me on my heels. So I do remember throwing that shot put, I think, right around 40 feet, which is, I say shot put. It's a big stone. It's too big. It's way bigger than the shot put, which is, I think, about 2 foot further than I threw it last year. So I'm very happy with that progress. Can't argue with that. Don't think it placed me all that well, but progress is progress, especially with that stone. And then the heavyweight, kind of what's been my feeling lately is I'm so close to a breakthrough. Like, things are feeling like they're piecing together, and it's just not getting over the hump with the heavyweight. Now, since this video, things have clicked a little bit more, and still not quite to that hump, but we're on the verge of a breakthrough. So let's jump into the lightweight, and this went really well for me. I don't remember how it placed, but feeling really good. And I think it was over 73 or 74 feet, if I remember correctly. But still missing just a little bit on this throw. I'm hoping I can string 80 out there together some point this year. It's feeling like it's there. Just ready to make sure that it goes through and happens. Bigger, stronger, faster. Now, the one that I was the least happy with on the day, they did not let us move the trig after a group before us had used it. And it was all chewed up. You see, I was struggling. Everybody was struggling to get their feet on the ground. So everybody had the same conditions, but just not safe. There's no reason we couldn't pull it up. Even a time standpoint, there you see my foot coming out, and I get a reset. And that's where, like, it's just frustration ensuing in. The ground was very, very dry. I think I may have ended up with, like, somewhere between 88 and 90 feet. I don't know if I even went over 92. But just frustrating. When your feet don't feel stable, I should have fouled that one. I fouled in my third one, which was just even worse. And then we jump into caber, which went all right. I got a turn on it. So I just want to elaborate a little bit more. I think the whole group, and I think a couple of us, I did not voice my opinion because I heard others did, was a little frustrated with them not allowing us to move the trig. It wasn't going to take much time to move the trig. We are professional athletes, and safety should be number one. Not even safety for just the crowd when we have a cage, but safety for the athlete. It's not safe if we're going to push it to the max to try to throw far, and we can't adjust our feet to where it would just be something simple as moving the trig. Little bit disappointed in how that was handled. Would hopefully that next year that they decide to actually take that into consideration for us. There's nothing you could do about the ground you have at hand, but if we could have just easily moved, it would have possibly solved I wouldn't say it'd make me throw farther or make it throw better, but it's at least safer and you're more confident with your footing. So caber, like I said, I didn't go great. I think I only turned it once, maybe twice. I think I did maybe get 2 turns on it, but I still think I finished maybe 4th or 5th. Don't quote me on that. Once again, I can't remember the scores. I do remember the door was open. I think I was like the last one to go in caber, and if I had turned a 12, I would have won the event. It didn't happen. So, sheaf, you saw the first one. Let's talk about sheaf. My sheaf has been, I'm catching on. It started to click a little bit more. Thankfully, my brother was there giving me a little bit of cueing in person live. I'm still pulling back way too far, and you'll see the bag fly way back under the bar. And look how far the bag is traveling. I've got to learn to throw the bag up more. But let's not get too long-winded. Let's get on to walk. Now, I did end up clearing 27 feet in the sheaf this day, and you can't quite see it here in the video because it was filmed vertically orientation. I apologize for that. It's just hard to try to film and upload. And you might hear Garrett chirp in and say vertical. It's a very good cue for him and I to think about using the legs and trying to drive vertically with the legs instead of pulling back and pulling a lot with the arms. You can see that one went flying. But don't know how many videos I got. There was a couple somebody stood in front of, like here's Garrett almost in front of this one. But cleared 27 pretty solidly and had a few good pulls at all the way up at 30, some decent pulls. I'll be okay with it. Now, Wob finally cleared 15. That was a 14. Did have a near-death experience here with the bar coming loose. So close to taking me out. And then here it is, finally clearing 15 on the year. Or not. Well, there's video somewhere of me, or it wasn't. There was, once again, somebody standing in front of it. I did finally clear 15 feet. I've been hitting the bar or leaving it out front plenty high enough multiple times here. Finally got it to happen. And as soon as that was done, I went and shook a few hands, said adios, and took off down the mountain. I had a wedding to go to, so it was really cool. They did allow my brother to go pick up the prize money for me and bring that, get that to me, but was able to travel down to Luke Courageous's wedding. Luke was used to ride the back engine 1 with me. Now he's on ladder 1, and so pretty much our whole crew was at the wedding. So was able to race down, meet my wife at the hotel, and we were able to get into the wedding on time, or at the reception for the wedding, and had a good time that evening. So here's the video, or here's a picture to finish out this video of the crew at the wedding having a good time. And yeah, that's it for Grandfather Mountain. Fun day, long day, event-filled day. Excited to keep progressing. We're halfway through 2024, more than halfway through the throwing season, so trying to finish strong, get past that hump and a little bit more in me. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for those that enjoy it and leave me comments and feedback. Here comes more videos. We're going to catch up to the live, to like current very soon.